everybody. Tonight in reviews, after a bit of an absence, we are finally headed back to the Amazon Prime TV series, The Bondsman. I know it's been a little bit, folks, and because of that, tonight we are going to go ahead and do a double feature. We are looking at episodes 3 and 4, Marphos and Erdos. But let's not waste any time. We're going to jump right on into things here with episode 3, Marphos. Local social media star Deidre Donovan is drowned and possessed by a water manipulating demon named Marphos, who ends up at the local community pool. With his son Cade in tow, it's up to Hub to stop this drowning demon. Now, in the 2 episodes thus far, we haven't gotten to see much of Hub and Cade's relationship. Like, we know that, yeah, they are still in each other's life, but Hub's not really present as much as he really should be. The breakup between him and Maryanne clearly had big effects on their family unit as a whole, and even though Kitty seemingly has a better relationship with both Maryanne and Cade, Hub is still trying to rebuild both of those at that time. And this kind of works out for us as viewers because Hub finally takes the chance to bond a little bit with Cade and offers to take him driving just because it's time for the boy to get his license and to get that experience in. But considering the premise of the show, we knew that that little relationship bonding session was not going to last too long, as Hub receives his next assignment to go hunt down the water demon Marphos at the local community pool. And Hub very stupidly decides to set up Cade as a decoy to draw the police away so he can complete his job. Ultimately, things end with a further strain on the relationship between Hub, Cade, and Maryanne. But not only that, we actually get a little taste of what probably sent Hub to hell as we see a flashback of Hub burying a body of a local missing woman. Now, even though this is the 3rd episode, we've only seen one other demon at this point, and so it's nice to see that it looks like there's going to be a variety between the demons that are featured on this show. It's not that there would have necessarily been a problem if all the demons were the exact same, and it's just a matter of, look, it's a dangerous job for Hub to do, and regardless of the fact that there's no difference between them all, they're all indistinguishable, you're at danger every single time. I think that does add a little bit of spice to the show by giving us different varieties of them, and that even though Hub is going out and completing this job, he might need to find different ways to go about doing these things. Now, even though this is the 3rd episode, this is only the 2nd demon that we've seen in the show thus far, and while there aren't these huge differences between Valakor and Marphos, we did see that the way Valakor was made technically kind of involved electricity or fire, and here with Marphos, obviously, this is very much a water-based demon. And I like the fact that we're getting a bit of a variety here with it, because I had talked about before the similarities between this show and Reaper, and some of the fun of that show was seeing the protagonist have like a new item, a new weapon that he had to use with the demons every time. We don't really get that here with the Bondsman. Basically, Hub just has to kill him any way he can, and that's it. So giving us a variety of different demons escaping from hell, which we don't know the reason for that as of yet, because it's not like they're going to track down Hub or his family or Lucky or anybody like that. They just happen to be killing random people in town in ritualistic ways. So we don't know the story behind that yet, but I do appreciate that the show is giving us a wide berth of demons, because that means every episode we have something different and interesting to look forward to with each and every reveal. Not only that, but again, Hub, before he started his demon hunting job, was a Baal bondsman. And because of that, that means that Hub probably had to use a variety of ways in order to catch the various crooks that he was after. I mean, we kind of saw that in the 1st episode with the beehive and, you know, the dog neck catcher thingy, the beanbag guns, like all those kind of things. There's different ways that Hub has to catch these criminals. And so getting us the different variety of demons means that we're gonna see Hub killing these demons in a number of different ways. So again, more variety come into the show. I like that quite a lot. And we do see that Hub is still managing to keep things under wrap from Cade and Maryanne, but you have to wonder for how long. I mean, Lucky now has photographic evidence of Hub's activity with Valakor. It also implicates Kitty in this as well. And with all these parties having a lack of information, like Lucky has seen these photos, but doesn't really know how to interpret that outside of, well, it looks like Hub killed somebody. We have to imagine we're leading to some kind of blow up sooner than later throughout this entire group. Like, we can only go so long with this information still being hidden, and Hub doesn't seem like the kind of person who's particularly good at keeping big secrets like that under wraps for too long. I think the only thing that stinks right now with this show is the fact that we're only getting 30-minute episodes. There's a lot going on in each of these episodes, and it doesn't feel like 30 minutes is enough to truly dive into that. I'm not saying we necessarily need an hour, but even going up to 45 minutes seems that we'd be able to follow each plot point that really gets set up in every episode. I mean, we get to see the new demon, we get to see Hub hunting that demon down and completing his assignment, but we also are trying to continue this triangle between Maryanne, Hub, and Lucky, the relationship between Cade and Hub, and more of Hub's past because we want to find out why he got sent to hell in the first place. And it's hard to tell if later on in the season this will get balanced out a little bit better, but it is noticeable after only 3 episodes that 30 minutes just is decidedly not enough to really expand on all of these ideas. And it's noticeable because it is so good. The show is really, really enjoyable, and so that 30 minutes stands out because it feels like we're not getting anywhere close to a full story. And that's not to say everything has to be revealed in one single episode, but we should be getting a lot more meat on that bone if we're only going to get 8 episodes in this first season. Now that brings us over to episode 4, Erdos, where we see Deputy Sheriff Briggs extorting a local food truck owner before being possessed and forced to rip out his own throat by an earth manipulating demon named Erdos, who then makes its way to a local hardware store. Y'all, again, they have not skimped out on the gore featured in this show, but this one was particularly gruesome. And you see Briggs beginning to just gore into his skin before, again, he eventually just rips his throat completely out. It is a fantastic way to start an episode of this show, and weirdly enough, has not diminished my capacity for eating barbecue food like I feel any other movie or TV series would. Gross. I'm still hungry after seeing that. Oh, no. Now, meanwhile, in an effort to give Hub and Maryanne a chance to actually talk, Kitty plants weapons and drugs in Lucky's office, getting him arrested and pushing Maryanne to speak to Hub about everything going on lately. Hub, who's arrived at the hardware store to hunt Erdos down, is tracked down by Maryanne, who now witnesses Hub's new proclivities. Hub is then able to explain his new job and Lucky's involvement in his death before sending Maryanne and Cade away for their own safety. Unfortunately for Hub, his activities have started to be noticed by the local Sheriff Ruby, who begins to suspect his involvement in a number of disappearances. I just got done mentioning how Marphos gave us this water-based demon, and now here with Erdos, we're getting this earth-based demon. So we are continuing getting a wide variety of demons featured on this show. It is, again, appreciated. But not only that, the circle has finally been expanded on who's brought in on Hub's secret. You know, in episode 4, up to this point, it has just been Hub and Kitty working together on this. But overall, this very much seems like a family affair. It seemed like it was going to be hard to keep Maryanne and Cade out of this. And I think it was wise to bring Maryanne into this earlier on because at some point, we have to assume that she is going to be helping Hub out on at least one of these random bounties that he has to go and pick up and collect. Now, I don't know what that ends up meaning for Cade because a large part of the conversations that we've seen between Maryanne and Hub has been about Hub putting Cade in situations that he really shouldn't be in, and as the parent, he's supposed to be the smart one. So maybe Hub does end up bringing Cade in on the secret, but I have to imagine there's going to be a big, big reluctance to let him actually help Hub in these activities. There's already seems to be this big thing about Cade going out and making it big as a musician, something that Hub wasn't able to do due to just getting in his own way. Could we see Cade decides just to give up on that and really focus on helping his dad escape from the clutches of hell to get out of this deal? Who knows? We're halfway through the season. Back half of that gives us a chance to really explore that particular relationship. Also, though, some of the worries that I pointed out with episode 3 show their face again here in episode 4, specifically that runtime. It now seems very apparent that these demons are coming to Earth and they are killing people in ritualistic fashion for some reason that we don't know as of yet. And I'm very much worried that now that we're in episode 4, we are halfway through the season, whatever that reason is, if it is not unveiled in the next episode, then it's not going to feel as monumental and ginormous as it probably should. We should get a few episodes to really get an idea of the bigger picture and what's at work behind these demons. Is the devil purposely sending them out? Are these demons under like trying to do some kind of coup to where they have to complete some ritual to free all the demons of hell, to bring hell on earth? Who knows? But we don't have any answers or any inkling to it right now, except for the fact that it's very apparent that this is going to get brought back up the way that all these people have been killed around town. So I'm very much hoping we get that unwrapped here in episode 5, because if not, I am terrified we don't have enough time to give this story what it actually needs. It's also not doing Lucky any favors in the show right now either. Remember, he's kind of the catalyst for everything that's going on by hiring people to kill Hub in the first place. But the problem is that he doesn't really have any kind of character outside of that right now. We know that because he tried to kill Hub and other reasons, Hub doesn't want him with Maryanne or around Cade. But the flip of that, though, is that that's the only thing we've been shown. We don't know why there's this issue between Hub and Lucky outside of the fact that they want the same woman. And therefore, it just seems like Lucky is set up to be this caricature. But he doesn't seem like all that bad of a guy. And I've said that already. Like, yes, I get he tried to kill Kevin Bacon, but that doesn't necessarily make him to seem like he's this bad guy. And we know that Hub buried a body. So there is something behind that that's going to feed, and I have to imagine, with Lucky trying to kill him. But these 30-minute episodes are not giving us a chance to really expand on these characters. And again, we are halfway through the season, meaning the back half has to fix Cade and Hub's relationship, fix Maryanne and Hub. It's got to fix, it got to explain Lucky and where he's coming from. We have to find out what's going on in the demons. There's a lot of stuff happening in these last 4 episodes, and I'm very worried that we don't have enough time to get through all of this here. Not to mention, this episode doesn't follow up on the flashback we saw of Hub burying that body at all. That was a pretty big reveal to drop in episode 3, and it was very clearly going to lead us to figure out some of the information on why Hub was sent to hell in the first place, but we don't touch it at all here, so it very much seems out of place to dangle that out and then immediately not do anything with that. I'm enjoying the show. The cast is truly great here. I'm happy with the demon hunting scenes, but this runtime is officially a problem. And I don't think that we're going to have enough episodes to truly expand and give the elaboration on events that we ultimately need. Either way, I'm curious what you guys are thinking of the Bondsman thus far. You can let me know in the comment section here. And obviously hit that subscribe button, because we're going to still cover the rest of this season, the only season of the show here, as we keep going over the next few weeks. The best way to stay on top of things is to get subscribed to my channel at linktr.ee/T Scary Movie. If you get subscribed, that's going to be access to YouTube for the video versions of the show, to your favorite podcasting platforms, the audio-only versions of the show, my Letterboxd page for written reviews and movie rankings through the year, my TikTok page for movie news, movie premieres, and movie reviews, my Twitch page for my horror gaming, and my Fangoria shop page where you can enjoy a 20% discount off anything in the Fangoria shop. Take advantage of that, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. We got a lot more great stuff coming out to y'all here. On June 1st, I'm going to be talking the film Succubus. On June 2nd, I'm going to begin my coverage of year 4 of the After Dark Horror Fest with Dread. And on June 4th, folks, we are headed back to the crypt with a double feature covering the summer heat with Carrion Death and Oil's Well That Ends Well. You don't want to miss any of that, y'all. Hit that subscribe button here to stay on top of it. But that's it tonight. My name is T. We'll be talking scary movies. Stay scared.